Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Okay, picture this. You're just casually scrolling through your feed, and boom, another flashy ad for a betting app pops up. And honestly, you've probably wondered, wait, can I actually make real money doing this? Well, you are definitely not alone. Millions of people ask themselves that exact same thing every single day. So today, we're going to cut right through all that marketing noise. We are breaking down the high stakes of digital betting to see what is really going on behind the screen. So let's just get right to it. Are these apps actually worth putting your hard-earned money on the line? I mean, the marketing is incredibly loud, and the promises they make, they're huge. It is so easy to get swept up in the hype. But to get to the truth, we really need to look past all that flash and weigh those supposed rewards against some very real financial risks.
Section 1. The Allure of Quick Wins.
Look, the appeal here is entirely understandable, right? These platforms are essentially selling the tantalizing dream of quick, easy cash. If you're a massive sports fan or you just love the energy of a casino, throwing down a bet adds this huge adrenaline rush to an experience you already enjoy. And honestly, here is the absolute strongest psychological hook they have. A small number of users actually do win. And those wins, they are highly visible. They act like rocket fuel for everyone else who's just hoping they're next in line for a big payout.
That brings us to Section 2, Excitement versus Reality.
Because there is a massive, massive disconnect between the thrill of the game and the cold, hard math behind it. On one side, sure, you've got the entertainment factor and that dream of a quick cash grab. But on the exact opposite side is the stark reality. These games are entirely chance-based. Absolutely no outcomes are guaranteed. And it seriously doesn't matter how much you think you know about a specific sport or a particular casino game. It really just boils down to this one simple truth. Winning is largely based on chance. Your financial outcome here isn't tied to your skills or your dedication or some brilliant secret strategy you've cooked up. It relies incredibly heavily on just pure, unpredictable luck. And that is a fundamental and honestly dangerous shift from how we normally go about building wealth. Think of it like a giant pie, okay? Mathematically, the whole system is entirely stacked against you. The platform's edge is just massive. They are taking up to a whopping 95% chunk of that probability pie. That leaves this tiny, almost microscopic 5% sliver for the player's chance of any long-term success. These apps are literally designed from the ground up to keep you engaged, because the longer you play, the closer you move to a mathematical certainty. The house always wins.
Which leads us right into Section 3, the hidden costs.
Because the absolute biggest risk here isn't just that you might fail to win some extra cash, it's that you are actively risking what you already have. So many users end up deep in the red, pouring way more money into the platform than they ever actually pull out. What starts as a fun dream of a quick cash grab quietly just turns into a steady, silent drain on your wallet.
And man, that financial drain can trigger a totally devastating domino effect. It usually starts innocently enough, right? You lose a little money. But then human nature kicks in. It creates this really powerful illusion of control, which leads players to desperately start chasing those losses, just hoping that one big win is going to make them whole again. But that chasing, it can quickly spiral into full-blown addiction. And once you're addicted, the financial stress mounts into severe debt and serious anxiety, which then naturally bleeds into your work, your relationships with your family, and your overall mental well-being. It is a vicious cycle, and it all starts with just a single tap.
All right, let's pivot to Section 4, better financial paths. Because if your actual goal here is long-term financial growth, there are far more reliable ways to get there. Instead of trying to play against an algorithm that is quite literally designed to beat you, you've got to focus on activities that actually have a guaranteed positive return. We're talking about things like developing valuable personal skills, making responsible investments in proven markets, or even building your own business from the ground up. You want to put your time, your effort, and your money into methods that actually compound and work for you. Now, before we wrap this up, we absolutely have to address the human element here. If you, or maybe someone you know, is already struggling to control their betting habits, please know that help is available, and it is highly effective. Reaching out to trusted family members, friends, or a qualified mental health professional is honestly the single most important step you can take to break that vicious cycle we were just talking about. So, what is the ultimate takeaway from all of this? It boils down to this reality check. There is simply no guaranteed magical shortcut to financial success. Sure, betting apps might offer a fleeting rush of excitement, but they are absolutely not a viable financial strategy. It is so vital to stay informed, to really understand those heavy risks, and most importantly, to make responsible choices with your hard-earned money. So, as you navigate your own financial future, and, the next time you see one of those flashy digital betting ads inevitably pop up on your feed, I want you to stop and ask yourself this one final question. Are you actually building real wealth, or are you just playing the odds?